Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another inspiring edition of Speak for Success Knowledge Series, Season 2. So, each session in this series is created to give you not only just information but also relatable experiences that can help you in your own career journey. So, articleship is one of the most defining phase in the journey of a CA student. It's where you step into the real world, understand how concepts are applied, and begin shaping your skills for the future. But many students wonder, how should I approach my articleship? What skills should I focus on? And how do I balance learning with demands of work? That's exactly what today's session, Articleship and Insights, is all about. At Speak for Success, our mission is to support learners and young aspirants in developing that skills and mindset they need for meaningful growth. We do this through free weekly knowledge series, career focused certification programs, practical skill building initiatives, because success isn't just about clearing the exam. It's about building the right foundation for your career journey. So today we are joined by Altamash Quraishi, a CA final aspirant currently pursuing his articleship from BDO India in risk advisory, or we can say internal audit domain.
Right.
So he is deeply passionate about finance, auditing, and continuous learning. And today he will be sharing his insights on articleship journey experiences and practical insights on how to make the most of the articleship phase. So without any further delay, let's get started with today's session, articleship and insights. Welcome to the session, sir.
Hi Tanya, thanks for having me here. Thanks for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so much, sir, for joining us today. So we have the audience query. So it will be like I will be asking you the question and you can answer that. Okay.
Sure, we can proceed with it.
Yes. So, sir, the first, it's not like a query from the audience. It's like just to get to know more about your articleship journey. So, how did you choose your articleship firm? You are in BDO India, right?
Yes.
What factors should a student consider while making this decision?
So how I choose my articleship firm, I was pretty sure from the very starting that I wanted to get in one of the big six, especially in internal audit domain. So if I talk about the factor that deeply decide what you should be considering while deciding your articleship, first is whether you wanted to go in a single specialized domain or in a mixed domain. So if you're going for a single domain, I would especially prefer to go for a big six as they offer great versatile exposure in that domain. And if you're not sure in which domain you should go, then definitely mixed domain is a good option because you get overall exposure of everything, including tax, audit, as well as ROC. Every work should be there. Second is what you are planning to do after clearing your CA. If you wanted to do job or go in industry, then definitely Big Six is a good option. Otherwise, if you're planning to start your own practice, then I think going toward mixed size domain is a great option.
Okay, so next question is, what was your experience during the first few weeks of articleship? बहुत सारे students ऐसे होते हैं जो कि starting में थोड़े self doubt होता है उनको, right? तो आपका कैसा
Obviously.
experience था?
Let me tell you honestly, first few days are going to be hard. Even if I talk about my experience, during the starting of my articleship, I even don't know XYZ of Excel or ERP that the client use. Neither do I have any idea about the processes that especially internal audit domains deals about. I will tell you I used to write down the process that client used to tell me, but even I don't know what he was telling. I just used to write it down. So yeah, first few days, first month of articleship is going to be hard. You have to just be a little bit proactive so to cope up with that. And I believe that if you wanted to if you wanted to prepare yourself for that transition, you must be proactive. Suppose if you know it in advance that you are going to do GST audit, so for that you must be prepared about Excel, you must be prepared about GST concepts and all that, so that when you are interacting with the client, understanding their process, understanding their data, you are very well known about what he or she is going to answer and what the question that you used to ask him. That I think proactive is something that defines the transition.
And what are the skills that we should focus on?
During articleship, I would say three skills that we should definitely focus on. First is obviously communication as well as soft skills. That is the skill that is going to define you in long run. No matter who you are, if you are going to present yourself in a better in front of client, in front of your manager or your directors, then you are definitely going to nail it in your domain. Second, I would say analytical skill, especially in domain like audit. It's all about analyzing client data, understanding their processes, and giving them judgment on the basis of that. Third, I would say problem solving skills. So, I would tell you from my experience, internal audit domain is all about solving a complex problem. Suppose if there is a gap in the process of the client, then we have to make them give them suggestion on the basis of the our process understanding.
So, sir, there is a query from the audience. Audience is asking, like, how do you balance the articleship work and your CA final studies? Because this is very
Well, I don't think
crucial thing,
so
you
that
know.
I don't think so that I'm the right person to answer this because I have not started my own studies with that pace. But yeah, one suggestion that I wanted to give is start as early as you can, because during articles we think that we have plenty ample amount of time, but time goes on and at the end we felt like that, oh, it's just a shorter period of time, we have to cover all this. So we start as early as can.
Sir, can you please tell what are some of the mistakes that students can avoid during the articleship?
First of all, not showing intent toward work. If you are if you are going into some great organization, you should be really passionate about your work. If you are behaving like that, you don't know this or you don't know this, you need to somehow learn things and do this. You don't have to expect someone to tell you in that much depth that most of the student during articleship expect. Second, I would say instead of focusing on what our friends or circles are learning, we should be focusing on our learning, because articleship is just a base for future. It is not the end of our professional journey. Third, I would say is your communication skills do matter. Most of the people think that once we get into a good firm, then our communication, then it doesn't really matter that much or something like that. But throughout the period, you should work on that. That's my the mistake that I wanted to share, that most of the students make during articles.
So you are in risk advisory domain, right?
Yes.
So can you please tell me what kind of exposure can we expect in this domain?
So let me tell you in brief. So internal audit domain is all about understanding clients' process, its data, and getting an overall understanding of the business and how it works. So on the basis of our understanding of the process, we used to identify gaps in the process and used to recommend how to solve this problem. So internal audit is a very versatile domain that in depth tells us about how business run and how one should improvise their overall process running within an organization.
And how does it connect to the overall CA journey? Like, how does it helps you in that?
So when I'm saying that we have to deal with number of process, suppose if you are an internal audit, then it opens door for many other domains. Suppose if somebody wanted to go for industrial after internal audit, then they have better options other than those who are currently in tax. So I believe that if you are in internal audit domain, after CA you have so many doors open. So you, whether you can go for industrial or you can go in-house internal auditor. That's what I believe, that internal audit domain opens so many doors as compared to any other domains post qualification.
Okay, sir. So, sir, how did the networking help in all this in pursuing articleship at Big Four, Big Six?
Hmm. Networking, I believe, is one of the foremost important thing, especially during articles, because uh, especially in Big Six, you are going to work with some great intellect people. So making connections both professionally as well as personally with them grooms your overall personality as well as your soft skills, and you got to learn from them. That's the most important part of that. And apart from Big Six, also, if I talk about networking, then there are events which are ICI organize or platforms like LinkedIn where we should be connecting with people uh, who are who are in a better place so that we can learn from their post and all that.
So, mostly it was from LinkedIn, right?
Mostly, yeah. If we talk about from the very starting, then LinkedIn is the only platform that we have on which we can make some really great connections.
Yes, sir. So, sir, in what ways can a student take more initiative about learning? Like,
About learning, yeah.
yes.
First of all, being proactive in approach. I'm repeating it. Being proactive means knowing in advance what is needed to be done. Then after that, being being so overall improvised toward that process. Suppose if you are getting a work, you should know how to complete it. Even if you don't know, you should find it how to complete a way. There is nobody coming to tell you in depth how to do this. You have to find way on your own.
So, it's more of a responsibility taking, right?
More of a responsibility.
Okay. Sir, the next question is from the audience. It's about the CV. Like, how should any tips for the CV?
So right now I'm making my resume for industrial training. So I believe that instead of showing that we have done this and that, we should be showing what the main observation. Suppose if we talk about internal audit or especially in audit domain, so what is the main observation that we have find? Suppose if you have find that because of this process gap, there was a 5 crore mismatch in ITC or something like that, then we have to make a resume like that, that we have to highlight our main observations that we have find it during audit. And that really works. I have seen a lot of resume and CVs in which they highlight the work instead of highlighting the process, instead of highlighting the domains that do works.
So, sir, finally, what are the some personal insights or any tips that you would like to give to students who are either undergoing articleship or are looking for the one?
First one I would say is focus on learning. Articleship is not about you should know 100% of everything. It's all about building up ways for the practical atmosphere that you will face later on too. Second one is focus on your communication. Apart from the hard skills, technical skills, one should focus on the communication skills too, because at the end, when you get a chance to deal with client or you have to present somehow, you should have a better communication to present yourself in a better way in front of them. Third one I would say is that focus on constant learning instead of learning everything. What I wanted to interpret from that is that one should focus. If I get this work, then if I am doing the same work again, then I should be knowing this how to do this instead of having the desire to do all the work. We should be focusing on what we are learning right now.
Okay, sir. So I think all the queries are addressed, and I think we have covered all your articleship journey, right?
Yeah,
So yes, sir. Can we conclude the session?
sure, Tanya.
Okay. Just give
Thank
me
you,
one
Tanya.
sec.
Sorry.
Is my screen visible?
Yeah, it is visible.
Okay, okay. So, sir, thank you so much for sharing your insights on the articleship and your journey. This is just a token of appreciation from Speak for Success side, and our team is really glad that you volunteered for the today's session. And this is just
Sure,
a
Tanya.
token of
Thanks.
appreciation.
Thanks for this.
Stay connected, audience. We will soon be announcing a session, and we will let you know from the Speak for Success students group. And
Sure.
thank you so much, Altamash sir, as well, for today's session. Thank you.